Hi everybody, I hope your semester is off to a good start. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes going over assignment number 1, My Community in Words and Pictures, which is due Thursday of this week, week number 2. So I hope you're already looking ahead to the assignment because even though it's brief, it does require a lot of time and thought. It does require a lot of research about the demographics of your community and also thought about how you will analyze it based on the framework provided in the Good Community article. This project is due on Thursday. So you're going to be preparing a brief presentation using pictures and words that attempt to answer the question, do I live in a good community? It's very important that you read the article, Seeking the Good Community, which will give you a framework for assessing your community. You're going to use PowerPoint or Word to display the information, and it's important that you use Screencast-O-Matic to record your screen and voice. I think most everyone has used this technology already, but your syllabus does include information for how to download it if it's new for anyone and you're not sure. If you're unsure about how to use the technology, please contact me and I'm happy to help you through that. Your presentation has to be visual. Please include pictures, photographs, videos. If you use a video, make sure that it's audible for the watchers of your presentation, tables, etc. We want you to not only tell us about it, but also show us your community. The presentation will be comprised of 4 main parts. First is the demographic description of your community. This is where we want to hear about who the residents are using demographic information from the census, other data that's available online or maybe on the website for your community. You can also use any statistical data that's been published about that community and the populations that live there. You're also going to want to use quality of life information. So this is information on crime, education rates, high school graduation, poverty rates, what kinds of religions people practice, what kinds of access to recreation and nutrition, food, etc., that help us understand what daily life is like for residents there. Next, you're going to provide an overview of important institutions in your community, and these are both formal and informal institutions. Formal institutions might include major employers, institutions that form the economic foundation of the community, educational institutions, religious or political institutions. These are things that are widely known and that people understand as forming part of the foundation of the community. Informal institutions might be more important in the daily life of residents of the community, such as church or neighborhood groups, sports leagues, festivals, different celebrations, things that make up the culture of the organization. You do want to include a map of your community so we have a geographical understanding of where you're located and how the community is laid out. And then finally, you will do a good community assessment of your community. Sorry to be repetitive. In this, you will use the framework provided in the article to compare different elements in your community to the elements of the framework in order to determine whether or not you consider it to be good. And then tell us why or why not. Tell us about what changes or improvements you might make in your community if you could. A couple of tips to make sure you are getting the full amount of points you are able to. Make sure you watch your presentation before turning it in. This is super important, so you do not publish a video where the sound cuts out midway through, the audio doesn't work, the visuals don't work, we can't see it. Just make sure you watch it before you publish it. Also, make sure that you include your citations page in proper APA format, and it has to be included in your video. If you choose to attach your PowerPoint presentation, that's fine, but the simple fact that it is in the PowerPoint presentation and not in your video is not good enough. It has to be in your video. Please also stick to a relatively brief time frame. I believe the syllabus says 8 to 10 minutes for this video. Please stick to that. There are a lot of you in this class, and so we want to be able to devote as much time as possible to all of the presentations. So please keep it brief. If anybody has any questions about this presentation as you go forward, please don't hesitate to let me know. I really look forward to seeing your presentations and learning about your communities and your perspectives on them.